Hello math lovers, welcome to the channel. Let's discuss today's question. I'll first read the question to you and then I will explain it to you. So the question is, there are two identical buildings 1 and 2 opposite each other. The ground floor of the building 1 is named floor number 1 and then it increases up to the top floor of the building. Then it continues with the top floor of the building 2 down to the ground floor of building 2. So question number 1, if floor number 9 is directly opposite floor number 24, how many floors are there in each building? Question number 2, if there are m floors in each building, which of the floor is directly opposite floor number n? So basically we have to find out the formula for the floor that is directly opposite to floor number n. So now let me explain it to you in brief. So you can see that there are two buildings, building number 1 and building number 2. The counting of floors starts from the ground floor of building number 1. So it goes like this: floor number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the top floor of building number 1 in my sample is floor number 6. Then the counting continues in the opposite building, that is building number 2, top floor. So if this is 6, so this will be 7, and then the counting increases as we go down the building, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So the ground floor of building number 2 will give us the total number of floors in both the buildings. So here we have 12 floors in building number 1 and 2 in total. So now let's move to question number 1. So moving to our first question, it says that if floor number 9 is directly opposite to floor number 24, then how many floors are there in each building? So to understand this, let's move to our sample and remold the question. That is, if floor number 4 is directly opposite to floor number 9, then how many floors are there in each building? This question can be solved in two ways. Let's move to the first way. In the first way, we first take the total number of floors that is given to us, that is 4 number of floors. Then how many floors are just above this given floor? So here we have 2 floors in building 1. So we'll write plus 2. And then we'll take the equal number of floors in the opposite buildings, that is 2. And then we'll take one more floor plus 1. So that will be equal to a floor that is directly opposite to floor number 4, that is 9. So you can see that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a perfect equation. Using this logic, we are going to solve this question. So here it is given that floor number 9 is directly opposite to floor number 24. So first we will take 9. Okay, this is 9. Then how many floors are just above floor number 9, but we do not know how many floors are just above 9. So we can take x. So we can take plus x, and then we can take the same number of floors again in the building number 2, and then we can take plus 1. So that will be equal to floor number 24. So let's solve it. So it will be 9 plus x, 2x plus 1 equals to 24. So 9 and 1 10. So 2x equals to 24 minus 10, that will be equal to 14. So x will be equal to 7. So there are 7 floors above 9 floors. So we have to add 7 to 9. So 9 plus 7 will be 16. So to again explain you, up to here there was 9 floors. Then from here to the top there are 7 floors. So 9 plus 7, 16 floors. So in this way we got our answer that there are 16 floors in each building. So now let's go to way number 2. So way number 2 for question number 1. So we'll move to our sample. In our sample, floor number 4 was directly opposite to floor number 9. So how many floors are just below this? There are 3 floors just below floor number 9. So we can add 3 floors to the floor opposite to 4, that is 9. So 9 plus 3 will be 12. So we'll get the total number of floors in both this building, because both are identical buildings and the number of floors in both these buildings are the same. So 12 divided by 2 will give us the total number of floor in each building. So using this logic, if floor number 9 is directly opposite to floor number 24, then how many floors are just below this? There are 8 floors just below this. So we can add 8 to 24. So if we add 8 to 24, we'll get 32, and then what we'll do is that we'll divide 32 by 2 and we'll get 16. So each building has got 16 number of floors. Remember how many floors we got using way number 1, that was 16 floor. So using way number 2 also we have got 16 floors. So I have shown you 2 ways of solving question number 1. So now let's move to question number 2. Now we'll solve question number 2. So in question number 2 it is given that there are m floors in each building. So you can see that there are m floors in each building. So this many floors are m, and this many floors are also m. Then which of the floor is directly opposite to floor number n? So let's take this as floor number n. So this floor will be directly opposite to this. So it is asked that which floor is directly opposite to floor number n. So we need to find out the formula for this. So going to our sample, we see that floor number 4 is directly opposite to 9. We are going to use the same logic once again, and there is again 2 ways to solve this question. In our logic number 1, we have taken the number of floors given to us, and we have added the number of floors that were just above this floor, that is 2 floors. Then we have again added 2 floors, and then we have added 1 to arrive at 9. So in similar way, this 4 corresponds to n. So we'll take n, and we need to find out how many floors are just above this n. So we do not know how many floors are just above this n, but we are given the number of floors in this building, that is m. So the number of floors just above n will be m minus n. So we can add plus m minus n. Again we can add m minus 1 for building number 2. So m minus n, and then we can add 1. So this formula will give us the floor which is directly opposite to floor number n. So let's solve it. So we can open the brackets. So m minus n plus m minus n plus 1. So this n and this n will get cancelled out. So we have got 2 m's, and we have got minus n, and we have got plus 1. So this formula will give us the floor which is directly opposite to floor number n. We can also check this formula by using our sample. So in our sample we have got m equal to 6 because there are 6 floors in each building. So we can take m equals to 6. Then n is 4 for us, and plus 1. So 6 into 2 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. And 13 minus 4 will give us 9. So we see that floor number 9 in building 2 is directly opposite to floor number 4 in building 1. So our formula is correct. Now we'll use our second logic. Let's use logic number 2 to solve question number 2. So our logic number 2 was that our reference floor is 4, and the number of floors which are just below 4 is 3 floors. So we have added these 3 floors to the floor which is directly opposite to floor number 4, that is 9 plus 3 is 12. In this way we got the total number of floors in both this building, but the question asked in question number 2 is a little bit different. It is asking us that which floor is directly opposite to floor number n. That means which floor is directly opposite to floor number 4. So for this, what we can do is we can take the total number of floors in both this building, that is 12, and then we can deduct the number of floors below our given floor, that is 3. So 12 minus 3 will give us 9, and in this way we can get our answer. So let's do it. So how many floors are there in both this building? So according to our question, there are m number of floors in each building. So in 2 floors that will be 2m. And we deduct the number of floors which are below n. So how many floors are below floor number n? So that will be n minus 1. So minus n minus 1. So let's solve it. 2m minus n plus 1. So we see that logic number 2 also gives us the same answer, 2m minus n plus 1, 2m minus n plus 1. So we have solved question number 2 using logic number 2 as well. So friends, what do you think about this question and the way I have explained things to you? Please comment it. And if you feel interested, you can subscribe me as well. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.